afternoon. As you all know, we're in a time of war, a time of fight and flight. And according to the news of the world, is by far the biggest battle of battles. So to shed some light on this topic, I now introduce you to your international news station, the World War Zone. On today's news, we'll be talking about weapon advancements across the globe. And our first weapon of war that we'll be talking about are poisonous gases. Now, at the beginning of the war, most gases weren't allowed, but rules were eventually broken, which only makes sense. War really isn't a time for rules, though it should be. Now, the gases that are being used in war, according to Fritz Hagberg, are chlorine gas, phosphate, which is 5 times more deadlier than chlorine, and the king of all battle gases, mustard gas. All which should lead to a horrible and ensuring a slow, painful death. Now, I want you to pay attention to this map while I talk about all these weapon advancements. Now, all these little dots are supposed to show weapons and artillery being made. Now, you can see that there is a good chunk of weapons being made in Germany. And as I go on and explain the list of weapons, there are a lot of new weapons that are being produced by Germany, such as the artillery, the poisonous gases. The next newly upgraded weapon of war was brought about during the American Civil War, called a machine gun. It takes 3 to 6 people to operate, but can fearfully fire 600 bullets per minute, making it a danger for any peeping Tom of the trench war. As you can see here, the Victor's machine gun has doubled in barrels and also has a pin feed, together with a bunch of other bells and whistles, a lot more complex than the American Civil War machine gun. The UK has also created a hunk of metal that one calls a tank. A first of its kind, it's basically a big moving piece of artillery, plated with layers and layers of steel, together with little eye holes and machine guns side to side to shoot any of its victims down. Since this is a new piece of weaponry, not much is known about it. But I have a feeling that these things will hold much power in the future. There we go. As you can see here, I did manage to get my hands on these blueprints of the British tank. Now, as you can see, there are 6 men in the cabin. 4 are manning machine guns side to side, 1 engineer and 1 captain. Machine guns have also been added to planes, giving planes a new sting to the battle. In a way, they're somewhat like summertime hornets, but they ruin more than barbecues. Oh! I've just been informed that the legendary Red Baron, Master of the Skies, is on for an interview. Red Baron, you're on. I'm a Red Baron! Gah! Well, okay, I guess that's it from him. Anyways, here's a quick clip of the Red Baron at work in a dogfight. Germans have also created a new frightening super cannon called the Big Bertha, which somewhat reminds me of my mother-in-law. Big, scary, and loud. And if she caught you stealing one of her German bakes, then you would find yourself 74.5 miles below the ground. So as you can tell, this piece of artillery can do much harm and can create massive craters in the battlefield. This now concludes our newscast for tonight, and our list of new and dangerous weapons of war, which raises the question, will these weapons just break more rules of war? And will these weapons be more powerful in the future? My answer, I'm afraid to say, is a plausible yes. Well, excuse me, I must be on my way. The FBI will be on my tail any minute now for leaking all this information to you. Thank you for visiting the World War Zoo. So loud, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's all the way up in 10.